All right, so we're being recorded. A very quick recap. In the last section, we began to talk to you about letter writing, and I focused on informal letter. And the goal was, like I said, looking at the past question papers and looking at the practice of the exams. We might not really need to waste our time trying to do more objective questions. Like I mentioned, also depending on schools. All right, so for some people, for some schools, students tend to have this opportunity, well, I'll call it opportunity, so to speak, even though it's an unholy opportunity where answers are being dictated to them. And guess what? All right, so if you have 80 questions, my volume, oh, it's actually maximum. This is 100%. Okay, let's confirm from the other person if they're also having a similar trouble. Um, I'm currently working on 100% my phone. Matilda, can you please confirm if that is loud enough for you? Hello. I think I got out that observation from Baumi. Matilda, are you there? Okay, let's about me. Any improvement now? Because sometimes the network will play a role. All right, can you hear me clearly now? Okay, okay. Oh, okay, that's okay. Matilda can actually hear me clearly, and I was supposed to just see find a way to see if you can adjust that stuff. Okay, just like I've mentioned in the last section, we began to look at informal letter, and I said, well, even if there is a small school where you have just 15 people, it is highly impossible to get 15 letters for them. And it's going to be maddening if 15 people turn out the same letters. I mean, you can just think about it. Okay, the same introduction, the same letter, the same question, and all of those things. And that was why I decided to say, you know what, we're going to focus on those things where uniqueness is appreciated, where creativity is going to be tested. And we began to look at the informal letters. In case you have not watched that video, please, I'll ask you to go back to that section. One thing we can do is like I've always said, there is always going to be your own labor in this success. It's not going to be our labor only, but then our labor is going to be different. Some of us were contributing in terms of sharing expertise. Some people funded the program, some people made a platform available. Some people did a big job of trying to annex, experts from different fields, from different states to put stuff together. And the question you should be asking is, what's my whole labor? What's going to be my contribution? Then your contribution will be to be in class and pay a lot of attention, ask questions, seek clarity, and go back and study whatever you have learned, practice, turning assignments. I'm yet to see anyone's assignment because I actually asked you. I gave you an informal letter to write, all right? Because that is going to be feedback for me. If we go through the letters you have written, then we're able to know what will address. It's just like it's just like a metaphor of a doctor and a patient. You see, sometimes the doctor does not know the next thing to do unless he listens to the complaint of the patient. When the patient says, "Oh, it's not my leg," oh, the doctor says, "Okay, fine, we know what next to do." So we need to see your letters, all right, to direct us to what we may call essentials of learning for you. All right. Having said that, I would have to proceed. So today we'll be looking at formal letter. We're going to be looking at formal letter. Remember, we're not actually writing from scratch. So we're learning how to write these letters through a student script or a student sample. All right. So we already have a sample prepared by a student. Okay. And so what we need to do now is to study the letter and see how it can speak to us in terms of knowledge. Okay. So just for a minute. Okay. I'd like to be able to comment on this or annotate on it. All right, but let's share the screen. Okay, yeah. So we have this. This is a format of a formal letter. And I'm going to help you with a question. I think this didn't feature the question. This is a 2024 question. If you're familiar with that past question paper, this is a 2024 past question paper. All right. So the candidate has actually been asked to write a letter to the chairperson of their local government and then comment on their own perspective on the plan to ban plastic bag in our community. Okay, if you're on the plan to ban plastic bag in our community. Well familiar with plastic bag, we're familiar with such. And, in some places you can call that the polythene bag or the nylon bag, so to speak, even though that's about, there's a non-standard English, but then polythene bag still makes some sense. All right. So there is a big plan to, there is a plan to ban it. So this candidate, all right, this candidate has actually written to the chairperson of their own local government to share their own view on that. To share their own view on that. All right, so you can actually use your mic or the emoji, the text form. Let's be sure we're all together. You guys can hear me before we start the analysis. Okay, that was fine, Matilda. Thank you. Okay, Lucas, that's fine too. I guess we're three. I will just only two. Only Matilda and David day class. Matilda, what's wrong with your other friends? David, why they no day class today? A big football match day. Yeah, Matilda, you can use a mic. What's happening? We can't find them in class today. Or does it mean they actually logged in by 7, thinking the class will no longer be held? You can please unmute. Use your mic, please. Or send a text.
It's like the time I entered before, I thought they canceled the class today.
Okay, maybe we need to send a text on the group WhatsApp. Just wait. I'll quickly do that now. Maybe we need to send a text. That class is in progress. I suppose maybe that would have well. I'm trying to do that now. Okay, Motila, can you please? Okay, good. I'll do that now. Classes in section, please log in. Okay, I'll send a text to the group WhatsApp, and let's hope maybe 3 or 4 more people might actually join this section. All right, so we have the letter on the screen. I've explained the purpose of the letter, and that simply means I've explained to you the goal of that letter. The question is clear. We're looking at a candidate who wants to write a letter to the chairman of the local government, our local government, and then the person is trying to share their own view or share their own perspective on the proposed ban on plastic bags. All right, not everybody will submit a ban on, yeah, which makes sense. Our perspective will always be different, so there's no big deal about that. All right, so if there are people who could say God doesn't exist, so you can trust, so you should trust yourself to say, you know what, this only makes more sense to you, and this is only logical to you. It will make sense and logical to everybody. All right, Daniel, good to see you. All right, so that's just the way it works. All right, so well, if this person say made in banner, not everybody goes to made in banner. So you just have to do the same thing. Think about it. But this is what I advise. Study the questions, consider the two perspectives, study the question from the two angles. Check, made in ban or be made in no ban. Which one be like say go they easy for you? Okay, so you begin to ideate. To ideate simply means you start coming up with your reasons. Okay, if I want them to ban this thing, maybe this is the reason 1, reason 2. You must at least have 4 reasons four reasons. All right, you must at least have four reasons that will be discussed in the body of your work or in the body of your lecture. So we need about four reasons. All right. So once you look at the pro side, which is the positive side, and the con side, which is the negative side, look at each of them. Which of these two angles do you feel more comfortable? All right, pitching your things, with. If you think you're going to be more comfortable talking about let's ban it, that's the one you do. If you think you're going to feel more comfortable with, oh, we don't need to ban them. Yeah, this one is a formal letter, and that's just the way it works. Okay, all right. So let's go on. Yeah, it's a formal letter. The first thing about a formal letter, just like my friend has rightly spotted, is the fact that a formal letter is known for its two addresses. A formal letter is known for its two addresses. And the first one is the writer's address, which is something we all know. I've told you the other time that this does not need to be authentic. You may have to imagine one, and you may decide to be original about it. So the writer's address is going to be here. Concerning address writing, this is still the same thing as the informal address writing. I have told you the key things. The first thing is capitalization. Capitalization is the big deal. At the end of the day, nobody cares where you live. It's why I'm going to pay you a visit. Why are you going to come here now? What's it concern them? But at the end of the day, we just want to check. Check this person sabi use the capital letter and the small letter. He sabi use them. Okay, and guess what? Letter writing is a place to prove. You don't need to tell me, we don't go sabi use them. No, you have to prove that when you write. Okay, so the first thing is the examiner is trying to check the letter case. Share this person sabi use them. Then secondly, he's also going to check the punctuation marks. There are two common punctuation marks here, and that's a comma and the full stop. So the man won't see. So this person know where he's supposed to put comma, he know where he's supposed to put full stop. And when you study this lecture, if you look at Sam, there is a capital S, so it makes sense. This is Akinola. Sorry about that, I guess the guy is a Yoruba guy. So he has chosen to use Yoruba addresses. So if you look at his A, that A makes sense. That's the capital A, and that's what it's supposed to do. And then you have this S, which is the capital S. Remember our rule is that the first letter of every word should be in capital letter. So this is A, this is I, this is O, this is S. The first letter should be capitalized. And this is J. Okay, that's what this thing take BO. All right, so he has actually done a good job in terms of the use of letter case. And now for punctuation, do the right thing here. After street, okay, we hope to find a comma, not a full stop. Don't forget, this is a student sample. Don't be me right now. I've chosen this to teach how to write. So the mistake with the guy did, and I'm saying this was supposed to be comma, just like Ibadan. There's comma after Ibadan. That makes sense. And this Oyo State here, the last residential inference, we end with a full stop, and so the guy tried. Of course, I know. I don't know if people still do this stuff. And then they raise the ordinance. The ordinance is like this TH. You don't have to raise this stuff. All right, it doesn't matter whether you're writing on the second. You don't have to raise this, this sign or symbol. Everything should maintain the same. All right, so this makes sense. All right, so that's about the first address. Let's see whether there are questions or observations. So the guy write that letter where? Sorry, he write the address where, except for that comma, we're supposed to come after street. At first what we had there was a full stop, and we've corrected that. Okay, so if you remember one major rule here, the major rule is that the first letter of every word in your address should be capitalized. Whether it's an informal letter, yeah, it's in block form, good. If I don't even encourage people to use slanty form, let's just put everything in block form. Okay, you don't get any additional mark for using block or slanty. All right, you just have to position yourself for a particular one. which one you want to do for exam. So you don't need to practice block today, slant it tomorrow. You don't have the opportunity to demonstrate that in the exam. As far as the examination is concerned, you just have to use one. So just choose the one you go to use. If you want to be using a slanty, oh, that's okay. All right, but I use the block one because it's easier. That's the way we naturally write. Okay. All right. So I think all right, so we can get a comment from you. All right, in any form, maybe you decide to use an emoji or you send a text or you're on mute. All right, and so are we okay with this guy's address? The guy write that letter well. Sure, you understand everything. Sure you understand everything the guy do. The address, so okay, Mochida, thank you. Obama, okay, that's fine. Oh, thank you. All right, so the next thing I want you guys to do is let's check the receiver's address. Let's check the receiver's address. This is the receiver's address. We'll check this one. I ain't right now. And I go check this one first. What do you think about this one? So let's check the receiver's address. What's observation? So you think say you write down where? I'll be observation day, complaint day. What is supposed to correct? So we have the receiver's address. All right, so please unmute. I mean, talking for 10 seconds, 15 seconds, no bad now. Now, class, see me say about the P and the speak pigeon. The most important thing I make everybody understand what you could do for exam, you know. All right, so talk okay, Motida, let's start with you. I'm sure you must have studied the receiver's address, the chairperson about or not. So what do you say about it? Simple. It's about I think this is okay or this is perfect. Oh, I think you shouldn't have done this one. I think you should change this one to this one. That kind of comments. So can we have it from you guys? I think you should change this to this. Oh, I think everything is okay. I think it's fine. All right, so you can start. All right, let's hear from you very quickly. We're 10 minutes going into the section, so I'm moving as fast as possible so I will cover a lot.
The only mistake, oh shit, the only mistake I see for year, I don't know whether I correct too, but now this plot 6, he put full stop instead of comma.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, it's an error. That's a comma. Yeah, okay, so that's wrong. So we need him to change that to comma. Okay. All right. So any other observation? Okay. In the absence of no observation, let's proceed. All right. So I'm going to correct that myself. Okay, very quickly. So we need a comma here. All right. So in that case, so we're going to mark both of them. That's done a good job here. Now, let's create a structure. What does a structure entail? A structure implies that if you want to write a formal letter, all right. So the way it goes is, of course, you're going to start with your own address, which is the writer's address, and that's what the person has done. There's an order. That's what I'm trying to say. There's an order. Of course, this is not in any way strange to you guys, but maybe we just need to do this because who knows? You don't have Zoom. It's a foolish teacher that has Zooms. Writer's address, and this is going to be followed by the receiver's address. Okay, maybe not too clear. And then after that, you have what we call salutation. So that's number 3. Person one write letter, 1 to 7. Number 1, in address. Number 2, the person with the write to the person address. Number 3 is what we call salutation. Now this dear sir we call salutation. In the case of an informal letter, it will be dear plus the person name. So this is dear sir. And if you check this about me, do you think you did this well? Any issue? I've been doing well, more Macam. about me, go ahead. We're waiting for you. Yes, sir. I've highlighted it. Is that is that perfect? Is that a good? Is I mean, we mark that correctly? You right hand where? I mean, more something we won't correct it here. Okay, you might be having trouble. All right, Daniel. Daniel, what have you got to say about this?
Sir,
Mm-hmm.
in a formal letter, I think
Mm.
starting they used to put I hope you are fine. How are you?
Okay, no. I'm going to respond to that question, but I actually want us to look at, you see, after the receiver's address, the person first writes your own address. Now, three things now. Now, number three, wait, let me number it so you can understand what we're saying. Now, three things we don't do now. Now, this one be number one. Now, the first way this guy to do this. Sorry, just wait. The first way the guy did now to write your own address. The second thing, the Oga address. Now, the third thing is what we call the salutation. Okay, you write my address. What's happened? So you have to call the person's attention. Dear sir. So we're looking at that number three. So that number three makes sense like that. So everything there okay. I'll be something there.
Yes.
Okay, that's fine. All right. So
Yeah.
number two. Okay, go ahead. I'll see that. Go ahead, please. I guess I wouldn't. Maybe I wasn't sure if that was Mikona's voice, but whoever has whoever was commenting should go ahead. Go ahead, please. Hello. Okay. All right. Maybe we've actually answered the question then. All right. So I'm sure it's
Network.
like in the network. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, you can go ahead and knife your bag. Okay. All right. We may need to move on. So for number three, it's okay. I mean, we need to mark that was a good job. Capital D, capital S, and a comma. That's the way it should work. All right. So you did a good job there. Then the next thing is don't forget, this is a good structure. Number four, after you must have begun with your own address, the receiver's address, the salutation. Number four, the fourth thing is what we call the title. You must write title. This is a formal letter. You must write the title. Now, concerning this title, some people ask questions of, okay, do I need to underline? Do I need to write everything in small letters? Okay, what about maybe starting each of the letters um, in capital letter? I'm going to show you an example. Some people are saying that, okay, wait, does this make sense? Should we do something like this? Just wait. Maybe the first letter of every word. Do we just write only those ones in capital letters? That's what you call the toggle case. Only the first letter like this: B in band, the P in plastic, the B in bag again, the I in, the O in R, the C in community. So some people are saying that, yeah, sure, we feel write down like that. Okay. And some people are asking the question of, sure, we go underline them. Do we underline on or stuff like that? You see, what to do here is to write everything in block case. Block case means write everything in capital letter. I'm going to tell you why. If you decide to capitalize the first letter of every word, there's an exception. Not be every word fee allow you make a capitalizing first letter. according to the rules of writing. For example, preposition will not allow you to do that. These two will not allow you to do that. So if you capitalize the T in these two, oh boy, no nonsense you do. Two will not allow you to do that. This in will not also allow you to do that because it's a preposition. So prepositions won't allow you to do that. Even article will not allow you to do that. The only reason why this one will go is because it is the first word of a sentence. The urgent need to ban. Suppose that G self there somewhere like in the middle. You know, go fit capitalize that T. We don't capitalize the first letter of an article, the first letter of a preposition. You don't fit one. And we also don't capitalize the first letter of a conjunction. You see, you don't know whether you even know all the prepositions, whether you even sabi them. Why no avoid wahala? So one simple way to avoid wahala now just to write everything with it, the way this guy don't draw. And I think that makes sense. Just write everything in capital letter. So whether something there in the proper capital, I know that one not concern you again. This is the easiest way to go about it. I'm sure I'm okay. Have we settled that? So we don't settle number 4. We'll go number 5 now. Oh yeah. You can use your text. So number 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. You don't do it like that. We'll go 5 now.
Hello.
Yeah, I can. Okay, go ahead. Okay.
Sir, the subheading must still
Okay.
be capital letter.
Okay. I actually just explained it. Okay. Yeah, I don't know who could actually. Let's get a student voice to explain that. Okay, so Mozilla, can you please just re-echo what I've explained? And I think Lucas, sorry, I wouldn't know whether the question was from Lucas or from Daniel because your network was unstable. I couldn't see. I was not able to associate the voice with the name. All right. So any other person too can actually just help with the recap. Now just like 1 minute. You know, go past 1 minute so that we can move faster. I can wait for like 30 seconds, nobody will just jump so that we will feed it fast. We must be very fast. Okay. Yeah, make a jump. Whoever must have asked the question, okay. Yes. I don't want to use the word compulsory. It's not compulsory to turn it in capital letters, but because it is subtle. If you say something that's subtle, and you say you gotta be very careful. Okay. If you have 2 things to do, one allows you. So one, you need to be careful. The other one you don't need to be careful. Just don't as like. I think you should prefer the one where you don't need to be careful about. Because the one where you need to be very careful, indeed you have to be very careful. Otherwise, there might be some repercussions. So if you're not going to write your title in block letter all through, you need a lot of caution. Caution around preposition, caution around conjunction, caution around article. If you know, say you go feel they cautious, no wahala. But if you know, say you know, they're sure, whether you go feel they that careful, write everything in block case. Have I answered the question now? Have I answered the question? Okay, yeah, thank you, Melody. All right, so let's move to number 5. So with a look, yeah, okay, about me. Okay, that's fine too. Thank you. So this thing now after number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, and I'm going to send this screenshot. You can go back to this video. All right, so number 5. So the next thing is number 5. Number 5 is a paragraph. 6 is a paragraph. You see, you reach like 8 or 9. So what happens in number 5? I think that's the question. This is what to now answer the question of, can I say, how are you? Oh, how are you doing? Okay, this one, a letter to the chairman of the local government. Not only to the chairman of the local government, any person in an official capacity. It could be a letter to the principal of the school, a letter to the chairman of the school like this one. A letter it could be a letter about employment. It could be a letter to the manager of another thing. It could be a letter to the editor of a company. You see, those people, we assume say they don't get time. And in real life, they don't really get time. You don't know them. So why they say, how are you? They don't get time for those ones. Like you and your friend will say, oh boy, how are you? This one, they call them street letter. Another word for it is business letter. They call them business letter. For business, Baba, nobody gets time for business. This kind of letter is straight to the point. Oh boy, wait here, wait you won't tell me, I don't get time. So you must have that kind of ideology that when you're writing a formal letter, you just need to implant that in your mind that see this person don't get time and straight to the point. Why I did write? You just tell me how yes, sir. And the other need, oh yeah, now wait, tell me what you want tell me. That's the way to see this kind of letter. Show me what you want tell me. No story. So what you do in your first, that number 5 is to start with the purpose. Why are you writing? And not only the purpose, because if you only decide to focus on the purpose, you may realize that that paragraph may end up not having more than one sentence. So this is what we do as far as number 5 is concerned. So number 5 is going to be about purpose and commendation. Purpose and commendation. That's what we do in number 5. Purpose and commendation. So the number 5 should feature 2 things. Number 5 should be where you talk to us about the purpose. Why are you writing? What's happening? You said yes, sir. You call my name. What have we do for you? So you have to the purpose and also the commendation. Now get it clear. Not in any particular order. You can start with the commendation before. Okay, just a minute. I'm going to answer the question. Just a minute. I could see someone has signaled. Okay, about me. Go ahead.
What is commendation?
Okay. Oh, what is commendation? Is that the question? About me, is that the question? What is
Yes.
commendation? Okay. Yeah, commendation is like
Yes.
thank you. Oh, commendation is like thank you. For example, like at the end of this exam now, okay, everybody will pass in Jesus' name. You see, if you say, okay, I want to thank all these people who didn't train us. So that's commendation. I want to thank them for their time, for teaching us, that's what you call commendation and make you thank someone. It can even be your friend. You can commend your friend at least if they remind you, say, class day, even they share data with you. So there are things, your parents, there are things to commend people for. Even if you say, God, if you commend yourself, say, I try. I'll come back from market, I'll go see come class, see, try, wake up. You say you commend yourself. So commendation is like thank you. You must be able to thank the chairman, or thank the editor, whoever it is you're writing to, you must be able to thank them. And if you look at this letter, this guy says, I'm writing as a concerned resident of our community to commend the council for considering a ban on plastic bags and to express my full support for this important initiative. You see, the guy commend them for their plan. Sometimes you may need to commend them for something they have done. That's a simple question. I don't know what they don't do. You can just imagine, even our local government don't, some of the things where they're supposed to do now, you go assume they don't do. For example, if you thank them for library, if you thank them, say, okay, they give scholarship to the needy, even though they don't do them, but now the nature of that letter be that. You know me say they do them, but now the nature of that letter be that. Those things are they're supposed to do, but they don't do them, no wala. So you have to assume. It's about me still raising a hand. About me, are you still raising your hand? Hello. I'm not sure she can hear us. Okay, so that's about commendation. You thank them. All right, and like I've mentioned, It doesn't have to be you thanking them for what they are doing at the moment. You can also thank them for something they have done. And like I've said, you don't have to get stuck. To get stuck means people like say, but me, I don't know what I want to thank them for. Just imagine now. Just imagine waiting them feet to don't drink. You can even thank them for, yeah, you can even thank them for the distribution of free GCE forms, even though they're not drunk. Find something to thank them. You can thank them for the repair of the new market. You can thank them for the renovation of primary schools, maybe just 2 primary schools. Some of the local government functions, just thank them for something like that. Okay. You can even thank them for the free fruits per day for students. Maybe every day you go to school, you get a fruit, whether na apple or orange, at least you get a fruit. If you just thank them for something like that, even though they're not true, you must find something to thank them for. And also tell them why you are writing. This is what we do in number 5, purpose and commendation. All right, so let's do this before we go to 6. All right, so I'm gonna use on text emoji voice more say whether that number 5 don't declare more go number 6. Okay, Mochida, thank you. So only Mochida understand number 5. Daniel said understand that. Okay, about me, okay. Lucas, you understand that? I don't see your hand. Okay, so that's it. Now we can now move to number 6. Now remember, I told you that you should learn to ideate. To ideate means to think. You need to think like 4 reasons. So I talk about. Because you need to deploy and discuss each of the reasons in the body of your work. Firstly, now you don't say me them banner. Why you say me them banner? You need about 4 reasons and discuss each one of them in a paragraph. Now you may be wondering, I go take discuss that. Oh boy, that's why they say making be your points. If we give you the point, if you don't understand what you mean, but if it's not your own point, you know what you mean now. Now you go discuss. What do you mean? Okay, so that's the way you should see the body. I mean, you are the champion of that idea. You are the champion of that thought. So how do you mean? Then you go ahead and discuss it. And that is the way it works. So how do you mean? That is the way it works. All right. He said firstly, well, we're going to also commend this guy for something. He said firstly, he said this firstly, he good. So that person when they read this thing go understand, say, okay, now this guy is first reason with that. By the time this guy wants to write the second paragraph, he goes to say the guy goes say secondly. All these things are these small ideas. Then they make reading day easier. And your job is to make it easier for the examiner, the person who won't read this thing. Your job is to make it easier for them. So they know, say, okay, now 4 reasons this guy won't tell me. You don't see the first one at firstly. So even if they need to go back and check, they can tell, okay, maybe I go see this guy first reason again. Maybe I go see this guy second reason. We call this thing discourse markers. Discourse markers. Discourse markers tell us, okay, you are discussing, and this is the very thing you are discussing. So we can see when you are discussing the first point. We can also see when you are discussing the second point. Every other thing, you just have to try your best. Now you go write that one. We don't teach them. That's the content. The question will be the same thing. The only thing we can do is if we have people who actually struggle, they have their point, but they struggle building up their points, developing their points. We can help them with something. Now, what can we help them with? In that case, we're talking about, how to build your points. Okay, maybe I'm going to do that. How to build your points. So in case you even have the points, we're going to say, how are we going to take the talk, where the thing will even plenty smaller, this guy. Before I go the next point, I'm going to show you how to do that. I mean, what we could be saying, regardless of the content. So I'm going to look at that. All right, so this looks like, okay. I'm going to send this annotated work to WhatsApp. I've sent that. So this one will be what I just do finish now. Don't send up our WhatsApp if you use them. So I think the next thing is just to look at the second point. Okay, let's look at the second point. Maybe the guy get third point again to look at it. Nothing more than that. Nothing. I'm not just seeing it to the guy don't do. And how the guy take. Okay. And oh, okay, that's true. Oh. Okay, actually posted on the wrong way. Okay, all right. So, all right, let's go see the remaining part of this letter writing. We've seen the first reason. He has told us why. He said because plastic bags pose a serious threat to our environment. Made from non-biodegradable. I mean, a lot of story. If you read that, nothing wanted down on you. But I'm going to send you a copy of this to you. Okay. The most important thing is you will get a different topic. Okay, you get a different topic, and you must learn how to discuss your points. But just like I've mentioned, once I'm done with the analysis and annotation of this one, I'll discuss with you in case you're having trouble with how do I go about my points. Okay, I know which I feel talk, but I want it like the explainer we go plenty. I'm going to show you how to do that now. So this is the remaining part of this story, of this essay. You can see. Okay, so you can see. Second, I don't know, maybe it's echoing. This is thirdly. And the guy said additionally. You see, when it's about to round up, he says it.
Please, sir. I'm hearing.
Hello. So okay, I think we're having the same experience. It echoes. Let's see. Press down arrow to open it. Mr. Hillary has left. Okay, just a minute, please. Hello. Okay, let me just ask you. Hello, Mr. Hillary. A very quick one, sir. Yes, I could hear myself twice. So it looks like So is there a way to address it?
The blessing are because of that.
Because of waiting.
Daniel, in my video.
Okay, Daniel, mute first. Boss. Hello? Oh, it seems it's fine. Hello, Daniel. I'm not saying Daniel this thing.
Hello?
Daniel, off your video too.
Daniel, what's happened? Which now Daniel even a cause for this thing. Daniel. Now you won't put us for trouble. I know. Let me tell Mr. Hillary to solve that problem. Okay, Mr. Hillary, I think we will solve the problem somehow. it's Daniel's. I don't know. I don't know how that connects. But Daniel on mute. That's when we have this echoing effect. Okay, maybe it's this network or something like that. All right, thank you, sir. Okay, so guys, let's go on. Motila, you're also very smart to have detected that. I was not even thinking in that direction. But I say, did it not happen before? You don't know, say Daniel know they carry good network from me. Yeah, Motila.
No,
Let's
the first day where we enter, Mr. Hiller will tell us maybe off everything, may no.
okay. All right, so let's go on. So if you look at this, secondly, thirdly, additionally, in conclusion, yeah, these are nice things that the guy has done. It makes the reading easier. That's where they read this thing, go understand. Okay, see the second point. Okay, see the third point. Oh, he won't come hard another one, but the guy don't want to say fourthly. He gonna say additionally. Oh, see, the guy don't want to stop or say in conclusion. Something like this makes a lot of sense. Now, the next thing I want to do is let's see the way he. Okay, I think we're okay with this. Now let's see the way he signed out. I'm going to share that with you now. Let's see the way he signed out. The guy said yours faithfully, but before he did, he had to appreciate the chairman for the time. He had to appreciate the chairman for the time. And let me show you that to you. And he said yours faithfully, and his name and his son. He said, thank you for your attention to this critical matter, and I trust you will act in the best interest of our community. Yours faithfully, Sam Adeleke. No city closing. What you have here is what we call signing out. Once you write in there, if you don't feel it, don't sign out. Let me say the guy no day again. Sign out. When you want to sign out, you also need to pay attention to the letter case and the punctuation. If you see the guy Y, na capital Y, but in F, na small f, now so that they draw more. In first name, of course, this one a name. But guess what? Please, no use of apostrophe. Some people they do this kind of thing. They don't do this thing. Don't be good English. Don't do this one. Yours is written together. Yours is written together in full. Yeah, yours is written in full. So this is the way it works. And then look at the last paragraph. This paragraph, he appreciates the receiver for their time. That is the culture. You have to thank the person. So it's a culture to close your formal letter with gratitude. Close a formal letter with gratitude. So close the letter with gratitude. Okay. So now like this, everything there. You don't finish that letter. But guess what? I still need you guys to write. If you don't write, I know if you know where you go need help. No, not everybody go write. I'm aware of that because not everybody like it to write. But if you really want the best for yourself, now they know they charge you. Don't be saying you go right. Let's go say make it go bring. Yeah, thank you. Don't be saying you go right now. Let's go say make it go bring money, make it check out. Now free, I won't check out. You know, even though we don't say we get time like that, well, we must check out. You know, we pay say okay. About me, so I don't read your letter. This one don't be said that they do. Change this one. You know what I mean is mistake where you for make inside your exam now. you go don't make them when you write to us. We will not help you correct them. So you don't go make those mistakes inside exam. But if you know right, you go be like say you sabi am. But who know? But I'm telling you, if actually you could write, you'll be surprised. Definitely there will be issues. And your own issue could be personal. What thing you feel no sabi do, the other person fit sabi do am. What thing the other person no sabi do, you fit sabi am. So we are just going to give you personalized feedback. Now your own feedback be this. Your own feedback be this, and that will help you. All right. So over to you guys. So when I try to find time, right? Okay, that's about that. Now the next thing I want to do is to teach you how to build your ideas. You get your points. But to develop the points, come be like saying Allah. We can show you how to develop points. Let's say there's a question that says, okay, there's a question that says, okay, write to the chairman of a community on the need for a library in every school. Okay, I don't write, make I start with, okay, make I say, okay, 5. Princess Street. Make I say, First Tag, Lagos. Okay. Now my home begins, then the dates. Make I say 6th. Computer carry that to go up, but don't be carry anymore. April. So I'm going to remove.
It's not clear.
I beg your pardon? Hello? Hello?
What you
Oh,
write is not
wait, we may
clear.
need to ask the other people. Because I know sometimes it has to do with, it sometimes it's personal. All right, so if you're in, can you please just confirm that? Let's know.
It's clear. It's blessing our network.
Okay, so you don't see it happen like that. So now your network. So let's say then this one, the chairman, we just put the local government. Let's say what now Lagos local government this one. Mission local government. Where Mission local government there? I just write anywhere where like just say Papa. Okay, where Papa there? Now Lagos. Okay. I can say DSI. Oh yeah, I can write my title say an urgent need for a library. Let's say an urgent for a library in your school. An urgent need for a library in my school. So the next thing, remember, comment, and then your purpose. So you can say, it is an honor to write this letter to the efforts job and to. Now you see, I want to talk about my first point first. Oh yeah, before we write now, what I think, which reason you think I will give? So is that you give the reason, then I will not build that reason for you. Okay? Which reason? I mean, you're looking at a local government chairman providing what's it called? Providing a library in your school. So what reason would you give to him? He wants to see the money now. You don't get time for this library thing. But which reason if you give him, we go make and say, I make her do the library. So you have to think. So who's talking to us now? So what reason have you got in your mind before we go? Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Who's talking to us? Yes, about me, go ahead. About me, go ahead. About me, you raised your hand. Please go ahead. Maybe he's having trouble with his network. Melody, what reason can you throw to get the local government chairman to, get him mobilizing money for the library construction for your school? You just have to think. Yes, Motira, what reason do you have? Oh yeah. Oh.
Okay, I
Mm-hmm.
will say, firstly,
Mm-hmm.
like I don't even know how to put myself, but for me, a library could greatly benefit students, providing access to book, research material, and a quiet space, and it could improve academic performance and foster a love for reading.
Okay. Let's pick one. She has done well. Tracy, my own now. I mean, say we need library because it will help build students' knowledge base. One library day where they read, you go they know more. Now let's say you have this one, build knowledge base. You can't really say, which I won't come write it. Yeah, no, I go take develop this thing. Though. All you need to do is think about the six magic W's. Think about this. Okay. Please don't be sad the right letter. I'm just showing you how to write. Think about think about the six magic W. Think about the six magical W's. What are these six magical W's? Okay. They are who, what, when, why, which, what. Okay. So which means that just by trying to answer each of these questions, I realize that I can keep writing. By trying to answer all of these questions, I can keep writing. For example, you go say, I go turn this into write up for you. Okay. Oh yeah. We need it. Why do we need it? I just answered that one for building the knowledge base. Okay. What's that one will come do for us now? So why do we need it? We need it to build our knowledge base. Okay. And what will that do for us? So you'll be asking question. What's that one will come do for us? Okay. This essentially You see, I just answered the second question. Okay, so this is the first one is why. I'm trying to see. That's why I want to do this in a way it will make sense. Okay, let me turn this one to black. So, so what will now happen? I just answered that one. I put them for black. The first one answer are the why. Why we need them, knowledge base. What will not happen? Okay, it will help us will feel compete well for inter-school quizzes both at national and global level. Okay. Who will come in general more? I can come here to say okay. So you see, then you can talk about when. You see, you just keep manipulating you keep manipulating the magical, what's it called? The magical W. You just keep manipulating them. If they can ask question, then your response, you go use your how did the data can say, sorry, this pigeon has smashed me. They use your response to develop and build on your discussion. So that's it. If I can continue, I can continue to write this. What exactly am I doing? I'm just using the sorry, what's it called? I'm just using the magical W's to ask questions and further on by trying to answer the question who, what, when, why, which, and where. I can even go on to tell him, okay, where that should be cited. They can go on. So you keep writing, any one of them can come twice. I'm just trying to help you make sense of how to develop your point. So it's not a big deal. Use the six magical W's when you're struggling, when you're trying to build your point. Okay. That's what I think. And I think that's gonna be helpful. Okay, use your you can unmute now. I don't know, does that make it easier for you? Hello, does that make it easier?
I don't understand.
Oh, okay. Who again? No, 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 only Matilda. You say you don't understand
Me,
that. See what we do here. Okay, let me take this one off. Let's read this article. Sorry, it's a letter to the chairman. Oh, we need a library in my school. Okay, of course, I must have started by trying to tell him, or trying to commend his efforts. Okay, not only that, I'll commend his efforts, and I would also share the purpose with him why I'm writing. So two things. I've done two things there. Okay, let me take it to where I'll be able to. Okay, so don't forget. Um, for some people, I'm actually doing this because of those who might have trouble trying to develop their idea. They know what to say, but they don't know how to keep saying it. For example, okay, of course, they will have no problem with this. This should look this way. This should look this way. This should contain my purpose and my commendation. We've discussed that. And if you look at it, it's actually about commendation. Commendation means to thank and also talk about why I'm writing my purpose. That's what you have there, purpose and commendation. It's an honor to write this letter to you. Your efforts to see learning revived in schools have singularly impacted on us. So I'm thanking him, that's commendation. And also on the reputation of schools in Mission community. Yes, we're thanking him for what he has done. And so while we're writing this time around, that said, I would like to request the construction of a modern library in our school, Iowa Community College. So that's the way to open that formal letter. And I think we've done that. Don't worry, we're going to round up in 17 minutes time, so that will give us 90 minutes. Then this is my first point. Remember, I told you to think about 4 points. This is my first point. Okay, my first point is, okay, I said, maybe this might come build library for our school. You didn't get everything, want to take money to now. So I need to think of something that will move him. So I told him, you see, if you come build this library, first, there will be access to books. Students will get access to books. You get book, even though not lie. If you like B10 library, students don't go, they're not going to go, they're going to consider my book. But you have to pretend. Not be so much that. Even though you build 5 libraries there, which is concern students and library. That's why they know they build library. They don't know, so I'm not going to use them. In fact, and if you turn the library to where and I go to listen to music, I'll go to hit. So the man will look say, me. He said, make I use the money, go enjoy myself. But then let's see, we feel stay play along. So with the life for the man, say okay, student will get access to book, reference material. Book will be textbooks, reference material will be like newspaper, some bulletin, encyclopedia, dictionary, historical books, other literature like storybooks, advanced textbooks and all of those things. Then go get access to them. When I get access to this thing, what did this thing go do now? You say, it go build their knowledge base. You know this thing, what would they do now? Now on a knowledge base, with they build what they know, would they increase what you know, would they increase what you know? That's what they call knowledge base. Would they increase what you know? Would they increase? So every time you come to class, we increase what you know. So that means we're building on your knowledge base. The knowledge they go up, they go up, they go up. Okay, so this is essential. This essentially will enable the students to compete well in inter-school quizzes, both at national and global level. This way, as a matter of fact, improve your choice of candidacy, as every parent will be glad to vote for you for your good thought towards their children. When this happens, I believe your name will be forever remembered in the honor list of our committee. I just detail at one point, but I try. So what I've done here is, how do you build your points? See, I just have this point. And what is my point? Knowledge base. If you say this thing come your mind, say, okay, it's just because we won't have that opportunity to get you guys to write in the class. We will not go far. And that's why we say, we're not try to do this thing for us, the send. For us, you guys to do this, we'll go, you waste time, everything on top of this thing. And we don't really get that time. I think this is just a 6-section project. That time you go there. Okay, see, knowledge base. This thing will improve our knowledge base. I don't feel stop like that now. They might say, want to hear more questions like, what do you mean? How? How do you mean? Okay. Okay. Okay, that's fine, Mr. Larry. All right, so let's round up this section. I think I understand the next teacher is on the standby. Um, so I will see to the timing, and please, there might be some corrections, but it will be communicated to you by the admin, Mr. Lotashipri. All right, thank you. We didn't actually complete this. I'll send the materials to you. Just remember, at least, if you understand the format now, the structure, the writer's address, sorry, your address, which is writer's address, the receiver's address, which is like the chairman's address, the salutation, which is there, sir, the title, everything in capital letter, the next paragraph, which is the purpose and commendation. Then you go on to talk about the point, and explanation. All right, so we'll leave it that way. I'll see you guys in the next section. I think the next title is like just as I was.
Please, sir. You say you go send that.
Yes, go ahead. Go ahead before we log out. You're saying something, please. Go ahead.
Please, sir. You say you go send them to us. Like,
Yeah,
which of the group that SSCE boost camp? Because I'm not the same thing for them as the same.
oh, okay. I'll drop it there. Also, this video is also recorded. So, like in less than 12 hours now, then go upload and make sure you go watch them again for your dashboard. All right. So, we'll let everybody go now. Mhm. All right. Bye, everyone. So that, yes, thank you. All right. Thank you. Okay. So, Mr. Larry, I will log out now. Let me see. Stop the recording.